Hi, today we have manual transmission from Golf 7 petrol engine. I have already shown you how you can remove it. Now I'm going to show you how to disassemble the transmission and change the synchro mesh. First we are going to remove the electrical now we use 22mm wrench to remove the reverse lights. Now I'm using two bolts to stop from spinning the half shaft, and we are using 6mm hex key. Be careful not to break the meshing. We do the same thing from the other side. Now we are removing the other one. I forgot to tell you, first we drain the oil. The oil was drained when it was on the car. Now we are going to open the metal cap. It has 5 bolts with Torx 30. After removing the bolts, we are removing the metal cap, and here we can see the 5th gear. To remove the 5th gear, we are going to open this nut and two safety pins here and here. To remove the gears, we have removed the safety pins here and here. Now we are removing this pin, and we can remove the 5th gear forklift. And now is the tough part. Now we have to remove the gears from the 5th gear. Now on this transmission it's easy to remove the gears. First we take the gear changing mechanism with synchro mesh, and now we can remove the 5th gear, also the bearing, and we can remove it this one. And on some models, some models it's very hard to remove the gears. You have to use special keys. Now we are going to continue. We are going to remove the gear changing mechanism from the top side and also from the bottom. Here it has 2 bolts, also here is having 2 bolts. We have removed the cap. You can see parts inside from the synchro mesh. It's been destroyed. Now we are going to turn the transmission, remove the top side. There are 2 bolts from the gear changing mechanism. Now we are going to disassemble the gears to change the synchro mesh. You can see inside here it's all over metal from the synchro. We have removed the safety pins from the bearings. Now we are going to remove them from the mounting. Now the transmission gears are separated. Now we can remove the synchro mesh for the third gear. This is first, this is second gear, this is the third gear, and this is the fourth gear. First we are going to remove this safety pin. Now we have to use a hydraulic press to remove this bearing housing, remove this gear, and to remove the gear changing mechanism. This is how I remove the gears. Now the gears are free. Now we can remove this one is for the fourth gear. This is the synchro mesh. This is the gear changing mechanism, and this is the synchro mesh for the third gear. You can see the difference. This one has inside yellow metal. Now when you change the gear, first this stops the gear for spinning, and it can easily change the gear. You can see this one has nothing left, it's all been destroyed. That's why when you put it into third gear it was having a noise. We are going to replace it with new synchro mesh, and we are finished. Here is the old synchro mesh. This is the brand new genuine part from Volkswagen. Synchro mesh is going on the gear like this. You can see it has a little space. This one locks the gear. You can see the old one is going all the way in, and it's moving freely. Now we are going to install the new synchro mesh. Install the gear, and we are going to install on the shaft. Now we are going to use the hydraulic press to press this part here all the way down. We have installed a new synchro mesh. to install the bearing. Now the dry shaft is complete and we can mount it with the other shaft in the bearing mounting. Then we can install the gear shifts mechanism, and then we can install in the aluminium mounting. We have installed the bearing on the mounting, we have installed the safety pins. Now we can install the reverse gear and the shaft for the reverse gear, like this. This is like that, and the last thing is to install the gear shift mechanisms. This is how is to be set the mechanism. Now we are going to insert it all in the aluminium casing. Now we are going to install the bolts here that hold the bearing mounting. We have installed the pins for the gear shift mechanisms. Also from the other side, and we have installed the bolt that holds the reverse shaft. This is the other aluminium casing. First we are installing the differential. Now we are going to put some silicone here, and then we are going to install the transmission. We have put some silicone, and now we can install the transmission shafts. We have mounted the aluminium casing. Now we can install the bolts. We have installed all the bolts. We have tightened them. Now we can turn the transmission and install the fifth gear. We have installed the fifth gear. Now we have to put the safety pins. Now we are going to install the mechanism. And insert the pin. Install the nut. we are going to install the gear shift mechanism. Now we are going to assemble the metal cap. Now we are going to install the aluminum cap. Now this have to press down and turn the bolt. When you disconnect the battery on Golf 7, first time when you start the engine, it's going to light every systems. It's going to show error. But when you move the car, when it accelerates to 20 kilometers per hour, everything will be reset and they will not be illuminated. With this car we had a problem with manual transmission. When we were putting it into third gear, it was having a noise. That's why we changed the synchro. Now we can check if the problem is fixed. We press the clutch, put it into third, there is no sound. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, and reverse. So our problem with the transmission is fixed. Now to drive the car, to reset the systems,